Gotta be true to yourself. In a world there's nothing else. Gotta play the game right, gotta make your path. You scratch, you dig, you lay in your ground. You bustin' your rounds, nobody gon' stop you. No ops, no cops, everything about you. Looking good, you good, she good. Y'all people really wanna know the reason? It's that ripple effect. That's just that ripple. That's just that ripple effect. What you do, come back, triple.
Hey, what's going on? It's your girl Kid out back in Ripple Effect. You know what it is, and you already know the vibes. You know, we talking NBA, NFL, and everything in between. But today, right now, we talking NBA. And more specifically, we're talking Eastern Conference. All right, I know you guys are getting a little crazy because I see Detroit, they're leading, but remember the Cavs around this time will also lead in the Eastern Conference Finals. You already know what happened to them. No offense to Donovan Mitchell, you know, that's my guy. But at the end of the day, it's like let's calm down. I'm not gonna lie, the Detroit Pistons definitely gave us a fight um in the first round. Like I'm not gonna lie, that was a really good game, and I know people are definitely overreacting to the 30-point blowout. That I mean, it's one game, guys. It's gonna count for one. I feel like they really needed that game more than we did. They wanted to show us like, yo, we here. Like they were trying to set the tone. We get it, we need to be more serious. And at the end of the day, I was just talking with some other people about Cat and his role and shooting those threes. They're cool when they go in, but when they don't, and he's struggling to get back on defense or he's making silly fouls because he's arguing about calls and this and that. At the end of the day, Cat, we need you, bro. We need you in the paint. He is that link between Jalen Brunson and everybody else, and Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, OG Anunoby. Like it's all these guys that we need to get them more involved, right? We don't have a clear three. Sometimes it's Mikal, sometimes it's OG, but it depends. And I understand we have a bunch of injuries and we got guys constantly in and out of the lineup. You know, we have Miles Bridges, he's back. We don't have Shamit. Like that's just another thing that's like we need to get some sort of cohesiveness. And I understand Mike Brown is still trying to figure everything out, and we are sitting pretty at two. All considering, right? There's some games that we definitely shouldn't have been losing, but I feel like after this All-Star, we're really gonna be under a microscope because everybody keeps putting all this pressure and saying this is our year, and you know what? I'm not saying it's not, but I'm just not ready to go there yet. I know at the end of the day, you have to crawl before you can walk, right? And then you can run. Hopefully, that's the objective. That's what we're looking at. We know we have the ability, we have the team. Yes, we want to question, oh, do we need Giannis? Do we need all these pieces? Like, yeah, it would be nice, but at the end of the day, we have the chemistry, we have the guys. We know what we need to do in order to get it done. And obviously winning comes with sacrifices, right? That's just what comes with it. And being that good and that talented of a team, knowing what Brunson can do on a nightly basis, giving us 30, like it's easy. Like we already know what these guys can do. And Josh, and he's pretty much the engine. He's the heart and soul of this team, literally. It's we have the pieces. We have everything we need. We have the grit. We can find different ways to win. I mean, that's the beauty of it, right? Cat can go off. Brunson is solid. He's the most consistent player we have. We already know what he's gonna bring. We already know Josh Hart's gonna do the rebounding. He's gonna give us some threes every now and again. He's gonna keep the guys involved. He's gonna keep them energized. He's gonna play defense. He's gonna give us whatever we need. Swiss Army guy. He's got that. OG, one of the best two-way players, if not the best two-way player in the game. I know Jalen Brown's gonna have something, JV's gonna have something else to say about that. But at the end of the day, I'm just looking at it from a Knicks standpoint, a Knicks fan perspective, and I'm gonna give the edge to OG. OG got it. That's just where I'm at with it. And I love the way Shamit was playing before he got hurt. And that's the thing. We have it all figured out. I just need Cat in the post. I need Cat to do more rebounding. Stop complaining to the officials, please. I've never once seen an official turn around and be like, you know what, Cat? You right. Here's the ball. Two free throws. We need you to stop getting into foul trouble. It's the same thing we used to talk about with Mitchell Robinson earlier in his career when he used to get into foul trouble. Please stop. It hurts the team when you leave early because you're in foul trouble. The whole dynamic, the chemistry is just off. the minutes are not equal anymore. It's just you're messing up what Mike Brown had his game plan. It's like you don't realize how frustrating that is when somebody gets in a foul trouble and how much that just literally just throws everything off course. So we're good. We're steady. We're learning. We just need to grow and keep building on what we did last year. Now, I understand last year that was a totally different year. It's a new team. It's a new mindset, new coach, new culture, everything. So, but the objective is the same, championship. That's what we're trying to do. We wouldn't be in this position where everybody's throwing around championship if we wasn't great. That's just the thing. When with expectations, that just it just speaks to our greatness. Yeah, we just have to get it done. We have to get it done. I know everybody keeps saying that this is our year because Halliburton's out, Tatum's out. I mean, listen, guys are rising up, and like I said, Detroit, they're Cade. Oh man, Cade Cunningham, man, that dude he could have. You know how we're always comparing. Could dudes have balled back in the '90s with the physicality? Yeah, Cade Cunningham would have been good. He would have been good. He's turning out to be such a stud, man. And it's like I don't even want to give him too much props right now because we're gonna be seeing him soon. More than likely, we're gonna be seeing him again, and he's only gonna get that much better. He's the ultimate playmaker. He gets it done on both ends of the ball. Man, he's just I just can't. I can't deal. I can't deal. And Cleveland, I mean, honestly, I mean, yeah, Donovan but Garland just got hurt, and Mowgli. I feel like they're right there. They're one of those teams where you don't necessarily want to sleep on them, but I'm not going to say that I'm like worried about them. I am low key worried about the Detroit Pistons. I'm not even going to lie to you. Um, the Celtics are also another team that we want to keep in the back of our minds. I know everybody keeps talking about Tatum being out. Yeah, but JB is still there. You still have guys that are ready to work, ready to prove something. And I'm not trying to be on the wrong end of that just by us trying to act like, that they're not that serious. But, the dynamics of the East are moving around and even the Hawks, man. I mean, not talking championship, but the way they were playing without Trey Young, I mean, there's no surprise why they decided to trade him. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Trey. Ice Trey. He was annoying what he did to my my Knicks and with the yeah. Dude's a baller. He's better off with the Wizards. Hopefully, he can get those guys on track. I believe Ricochet and them guys he's gonna definitely make them better. I can see that. It's just a matter of them gelling and him knowing his role and just acclimating to DC culture. And it shouldn't be too hard. He was all right in Atlanta. I know he caught a lot of. It just wasn't a good with the different coaching and rumors that he got them fired for whatever reason and the different play and they did give him different players but it just didn't work out and sometimes it happens guys like I mean we're just sometimes we kind of expect just because you got two talented guys they're just supposed to just figure it out and sometimes it's just really not that simple it's a lot more complex than that, especially depending on what type of coach and what he's trying to do. And maybe it's just taking guys too far out of their element or out of their comfort zone. And believe it or not, that stuff matters. Guys got to be comfortable and but it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the East. And I also like the way the Charlotte Hornets playing. Like I was joking around and talking about LaMelo and how he just out there like he does not care. Like, I mean, the way he just goes out there shooting one-legged threes like it's like nothing. I mean, but it's fun to watch. I'm not gonna lie. Is it one of those things where it's like, is it gonna amount to winning? I don't know, man. Those guys are really talented, and they're definitely building on something. I can't tell you what or how just yet, but they're looking a lot better than they have been in the past. So we'll see how that pans out. But in the West, Cooper Flag, man, this dude, this dude. If like I said, if you guys don't have NBA League Pass, I cannot stress this enough. Go get it. because you're missing out on guys like that. I know you're probably seeing Wimby often because he's getting a lot of the coverage and rightfully so. But I'm saying, but you're definitely missing out on guys like Cooper Flag. I believe he just got Rookie of the Month or something like that. He just got that award tonight. So he's balling. He's doing his thing. I believe Dallas is in 12th still, but but hey, that's in the play-in. Like so, he's getting them there. I know Dallas is still, I know they moved on from Luca, and you know, but that at least you guys are moving in the right direction. You never know what's gonna happen and moving forward. But um, talking about the Lakers in the West. Like that's always a good conversation because JJ Redick is a stud. JJ Redick is one of those guys where I told you he was going to be a good coach. I didn't want to say the whole "I told you so," but I knew when he was interviewing for the job when he sat down to do that podcast with LeBron James. I mean the writing was on the wall with that. You could just tell like they were just on the same page and they just have the same mind or the same like IQ when it comes to basketball and just the whole breakdown. It's just a matter of holding guys accountable and just getting them to do what they need to do. But X's and O's he hasn't figured out. Obviously, I believe the Lakers are sitting in the fifth position right now, fifth in the West. Their defense, man, it's just hard to watch. I mean, you can't expect LeBron to play defense anymore at his age, 40 plus, please. I mean, I'm in a little league right now, and play. I'm telling you, when you doing some physical activities at 40, bro. It's different. I'm just gonna keep it. It's different. It may not feel different that day, but the next day and the day after that, and it's a long season. God bless LeBron for real. So pretty much like you can only expect him to do so much at the end of the day. And Luca, man, we just need you to get up on those screens. We just need you to do like the basics, the basics. I know they've been dealing with some injuries too. I mean, who hasn't, right? I mean, it's kind of just the nature of the beast. But I mean, just to even go back, I want to go back to the Philadelphia 76ers real quick, just because I want to just give props to that backcourt with Maxey and VJ Edgecombe because I can't like you can't not want to root for these guys. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're in the East. I know they probably gonna have to see them too. But at the end of the day, I just love the way they guard play. I think we haven't seen that in like so long. The way these guys are just feeding off each other and they're super athletic. VJ rookie. I mean, the way he was clutching those last couple of games, man, I mean, rookie. He's a rookie, guys. And Maxey is just taking it to the next level. Like you don't want to say he's the best point guard, in the league, but he's definitely top three. I give him top three, top five, I mean, that's definitely debatable, but he's up there, man. And shout out to the team, shout out to Embiid out there, shout out to Paul George. I know they just had a tough loss tonight. But that's just what happens when you play teams like, teams are ready for you. They see what you're doing on a nightly basis as well. They have NBA League Pass. They get scouting reports. They Cleveland got the message. Cleveland, there's no way. I'm pretty sure Cleveland's probably tired of hearing people say that they're pretty much a regular season team and they're not really getting it done. So they send in messages. They definitely letting us know. Even though Garland's out, shout out to Garland. Hopefully he gets back as soon as possible. I heard he injured. I believe it's the left foot today that he injured, but it just wasn't the same foot that made him stay out all those games last time. So hopefully because at the end of the day, you want your stars playing, right? You want them out here. You want to see them night in, night out. You want guys best. I mean, at least I do. I know some people, they're so into their teams where they're just like, I hope the other stars out. If your team's playing against them, and it's like, nah, man. I want our team to go up against their best. That way, when we beat them, I don't want to hear, oh, you guys only won because such and such was not playing. I don't want to hear none of that. But anyway, let's go back to the West. Um, I don't know what you guys think, but Denver can definitely win it. they at least get into the Western Conference Finals. And I was just watching Melo's pod, 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, and he was saying the same thing. And I was like, I thought I was crazy for a second because I'm just like, I mean, he has the Knicks in Denver in the finals. That's his pick. I'm not picking that soon. I'm just not putting that out there. Like I know it's one of those things. You put it out there, it's gonna come back. I don't know. I'm just the regular season needs to be played. Let's take it. I like to play. Let's take it game by game, right? Regular season. When that's over, let's go round by round and let's just get to the playoffs. Let's get that playoff berth and let's go from there. I'm not gonna go that crazy, but I am gonna say Denver is serious. Seeing what Denver is able to do without Jokic is crazy. Honestly, I saw when I saw Jokic was gonna be out, I was like, man, I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, because he seemed like he was everything. And don't get me wrong, he is, but it just goes to show you like how those guys are just willing to step up. I'm like, I think Watson having a crazy game. Like these guys, I mean Jamal Murray, he better be an all-star, man. Like that's these guys are just playing out of their minds. So I just like the way everything is going, like the way these guys are shaping up. And then you think about OKC, gotta respect them. That's why I don't want to put them directly in the finals. I'm just saying I think Denver has that shot to be, at least in the Western Conference Finals, right? And going up against OKC because OKC is no joke. And it was really good to actually see OKC to actually get their lick back finally from the Spurs because Wemby was handling them. Wemby, Castle, all these guys. And I'm just like, bro, like it is crazy to see how the Spurs have come along and De'Aaron Fox and these guys are just you guys are no joke. I'm like, we've seen the Spurs maturation. We've seen the Spurs literally go from irrelevant. We're not paying them no mind. They get Wemby. We watching Wemby's development and watching the team come together. And I know a lot of people are not going to give Chris Paul this credit because they feel whatever way that they feel about him, even though he is going to be in the Hall of Fame. We've literally watched this guy go from team to team to team and make them better. We've seen what he did with the Clippers. We've seen what he did with the Pelicans. We've seen what they did in OKC before OKC became OKC. But we ain't gonna talk about that, right? Because nobody wants to. We've seen what happened in Houston. I know, I get it. He wasn't able to get the ring. He wasn't able to. I know that's what people are gonna say, but at the end of the day, when it comes to development, when it comes to these teams being what they are, and when Chris Paul went to the Spurs, you think that didn't help Wemby's development? So that way, when a guy like De'Aaron Fox came along, and he knew exactly what type of point guard how to play with him, man, Wemby is really coming to his own, man. I love seeing that matchup between Chet and Wemby and watching Wemby not even he didn't even stand down. I love the competitiveness. Like he just went at him. He was like, "Man, get this guy off the court, man. He is not in the same league with me. Don't pin us together like we the same, like we not the same." And that's just the energy that you get when you watch them go up against each other. Like I said, if you didn't see it, you guys missed out because you're probably not going to get a chance to see that against the playoffs. Because I believe they already played 4 times, and the Spurs got the best of them 3 out of 4 of those times. You know, but shout out to OKC because at the end of the day, OKC is the champs. They're the defending champs. So what happens when you play against the defending champs? That game is circled. What happens when that game is circled? You're getting that team's best. So when you're OKC, you getting everybody's best every night. That's exhausting. That's exhausting. That's one of those things where it's just like they have to pace themselves. They have to literally find other ways to win. And Shea, man, dude's unbelievable. There's nothing Shea can't do. Those middies, if you not you're not stopping that. Jay Will, two way, they just have it together. Caruso got the championship, before he came to OKC last year. So he's champ twice over. They just have a great mix of guys that know their position, play their position, and they just stay in that pecking order. And I don't think we could ever say enough about guys who just understand the chain of command and actually embrace it and just cool with it and run with it on a consistent basis. I think that is so underrated because sometimes you can tell on some teams, there could be that power struggle. It could be that dynamic of, man, I wish, it was me, or when injuries happen, right? When the main guy is out, other guys are developing, right? They're getting better, they're getting more minutes, they're getting more confidence. That star comes back, right? What happens? The rotations change, minutes switch up, guys probably feeling a certain way because they felt like I'm here now. I'm ready. But yet you have to go back to that position where you wasn't getting touches like that. You wasn't able to get the green light. And at the end of the day, you just there to swing, right? Stand in the corner, maybe off a broken play, maybe get a rebound. That's how you're gonna get your shots up. Like that's a rough thing. And I think that's a lot of basketball that a lot of people don't talk about because we just talk about the stars and we just think, oh, you're getting paid all this money, you should just play your position. If I got it, it's like dudes out here are human too, guys. Like different type of humans, humans in a different tax bracket, but humans still nonetheless. And I just love the way the game is going. And every time I'm turning on NBA League Pass and I'm watching all these different teams and whether it's rookies or vets, I'm like the NBA is in great hands. Like no matter what, like I'm watching even the Warriors. Man, Steph is incredible. Like I can't say enough about Steph. I mean, who can't, right? And I'm so glad he's done with that Under Armour deal. I love him wearing other sneakers. I was tired of him wearing Under Armour sneakers. I'm pretty sure he is too. Because the day he actually was done with Under Armour, he had on some J's. Like, yeah, you could tell he was over that as well. So yeah, these teams, you can tell that they're holding on steady. They're waiting till that All-Star break. So I think they get like a week off, so that way they could recharge, regroup. And I know our team can't wait for that because with the Knicks, we're sitting here trying to get healthy enough to have our whole team because we have a deep bench, man. It's just a matter of just getting that rotation right. And in order to get that rotation got right, guys got to play their positions. Guys got to, do a little bit more. And I think it's really gonna call for Cat having to sacrifice. And it's almost like I hate to say it because I know how great he is. I know he is one of the best shooting big men. I'm not just gonna say he's the best shooting big man to ever live because I guess he never heard of Dirk Nowitzki. Like, come on, man. Like, we ain't doing all that. And you never know how other guys' careers are going to pan out. Not to mention Jokic, and well, wait till Wemby really get a shot. It's going to be over. So let's calm down. Let's just understand what the goals are. Let's understand that we need this, and All-Star break is really going to tell us everything we need to know. What I mean, like right after, you're going to notice in a week, you're going to see who's ramping up and who's really getting ready to take what's theirs. And I can't wait. I hope you guys can't wait either. This has been your girl K Dot, and I only ask y'all to do one thing. Just keep in mind, losses equals life lessons.
Gotta be true to yourself. In a world there's nothing else. Gotta play the game right, gotta make your path. You scratch, you dig, you lay in your ground, you bustin' your rounds. Nobody gon' stop you. No ops, no cops, everything about you. Looking good, you good, she good. Y'all people really wanna know the reason. It's that ripple effect. That's just that ripple. That's just that ripple effect. What you do, come back triple.